I am here with
David SERERO
from.
from Paris, but I've been living in New York for now 20 years.
Okay, so you're practically in New York at this point.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it without further delay. We're in the wrap up of the story of the boxer and iconic human being, Muhammad Ali, aka Cassius Clay. Tell us about the off-Broadway adaptation.
Absolutely. So this play, the one, is actually the life of Muhammad Ali adapted on stage, where Muhammad Ali, aka Cassius Clay, tells his life. So I focused a little bit more on the Cassius Clay because I like more the Cassius Clay part.
So do I.
And of course, I wanted to inspire the audience and to talk about all these different experiences, but from the point of view of Ali himself. It's Ali who goes on stage and talks to the 2024 audience, with his own words. He explains also what's going on into boxing, into his mind. So the play is for the people who know about boxing, but also the people who don't know about boxing. And I don't come from that world at all. So I also wanted to understand what was the rope-a-dope, by example. What was an uppercut? What did he do that boxing is not just, it's not fighting. Boxing is about strategy.
Yes.
And that's what I discovered really doing that play, and also the discipline that he requires. So all of these ingredients, I brought it into the play, including inspiring the audience, because as I always say, we are all Muhammad Ali, and there is a Muhammad Ali in each and every one of us. And I believe Ali is a historical figure, and for the same reasons that we study historical figures in schools, such as in America, George Washington, or in France, Napoleon, or people like that, I believe we should also study in school icons like Muhammad Ali, because they can inspire so many kids out there that you would think that because you come from there that the doors cannot be opened. I remind in the play that Ali became the most famous person in the world before social media, and he conquered the world just with his fist. So in Louisville, Kentucky, where he experienced segregation, injustice, and all things like that, they renamed the airport the Muhammad Ali International Airport. So that's
that
really
I did not
the
know.
Story. Huh?
That I did not know.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. You just educated me on something.
And of course.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course. Thank you to you.
Something that I'm personally curious about. Muhammad Ali being such an iconic figure, how was the casting call to discover this amazing actor who was able to embody not just the mannerisms and the characteristics and maybe even the look and the stature of Muhammad Ali? I'm sure it was a daunting task, and I would like to know about that personally.
Oh, absolutely. So the casting was very important, as it is in every play, whether you're doing a Shakespeare play or a new play or this particular. So actually it's easier, but it's also more difficult. Why? Because it's more narrowed. Obviously, for the part of Ali, I cannot cast a blonde woman. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you have to cast, so an African-American guy. So I didn't want the Ali, the old Ali. I wanted the Ali, the Cassius Clay Ali. That's really
young and
this
vibrant.
One. Yeah. The younger Ali. That's for me what Ali is. It's this ascension, the Leaston fights, the way he talks to the press at the beginning. Of course, when he was with Foreman, that was also a big moment. But everything after Foreman, that's why the movie with Will Smith, it ends at Foreman.
Yeah.
Because for me, Foreman, that was it.
Yeah.
That was
out the pinnacle.
The circle went around. So the casting was very specific, and I think I had over 1,000 actors who applied.
Wow.
I also opened the casting to non-actors,
Okay.
to boxers to professional boxers. So I went through other websites. So that the regular casting that we use for casting in movies in general, and among them I think I selected about 300.
Okay.
And then I invited to audition about 130 or so.
Wow.
Among these 130, 20 decided to forfeit.
Wow.
Because for the audition, I wrote a monologue, which was different moments of the play. And I put some voluntarily mistakes. Like I said that the Rumble in the Jungle was with Joe Fraser.
Yes.
So of course someone who knows, who has studied, they will know that it was with Foreman.
Absolutely.
So these kind of stuff. And I put video of the shuffle. So you have to do the shuffle, you have to do that. So then after the audition, I had two kind of actors.
Okay.
I had really, really good actors who could carry the emotions, because being an actor is not just saying lines.
Yes.
It's really carrying the emotions.
I concur.
So I had really strong actors, Shakespearean actors, really, really good.
Yes.
But didn't look really like Ali, like they had too much stomach, like
too
I
much
had,
tush,
and there were no boxers. I mean, you could tell that it was fabricated.
Okay.
Like I would do boxing, right? And you had really good boxers that would bring really a great boxing experience to the audience, but they didn't have the acting skills to carry the directions that a director, exigent director like myself would do.
Okay.
Because mind you that when I cast, I just don't search the good actor or the good actress. I search someone, first of all, who will be reliable.
Yes.
Who will come to all the rehearsal, and that no contract can enforce that.
Yes.
It's really a matter of guts. You trust the person.
Yes.
Who will do their best to the on stage, to the show. And also I'm a very detail oriented director, like I really direct from the inside. Like I won't let you say George Foreman. I would say George Foreman. Foreman.
Yes.
I would make each word resound and almost sing. Because I'm an opera singer originally, so the vocal aspect of the theatricality is very important for me. So all of that led to, I would say, 3 actors.
Yes.
Among which one was Zach Bazil, the actor I choose to cast, and it turned out that he did boxing, that he is an athlete, so he had the athletic, I should say, silhouette.
Yes.
And he understood the movement. And then he first did the audition, and I was not so much convinced. And then I just told him something. I have the video of the audition, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
I just said, be more arrogant.
Ah.
Be more arrogant. It doesn't mean that Ali was arrogant.
Okay.
But you have to understand every actor is a different method.
Yes.
Like every actor, they have different button.
Yes.
And if I press on that button, I will have a different reaction than if I press on that same button with someone else.
Yes.
Some people, by example, arrogance would mean more confidence.
Yes.
Some people, more confidence would be to speak more, to be more like this, so to be more stiff and straight and closed
and stoic.
So him somehow, when I told you to be more arrogant, suddenly I had Ali live in front of me.
Wow.
And that's what is important, is you want life. And what I wanted, and that's the kind of stuff that I work with Zach that I didn't want to fall into, was an impression of Ali.
Okay.
And for me, it was very important to detach Ali from himself. In other words, to create Ali the character and to play the character. Because otherwise, if you do that, you're playing a very dangerous game with the audience, which is, Ali wouldn't have said that, or Ali wouldn't have done it like this, But once you do a character, if I tell you how Hamlet would have done this and that, you don't know, And then all of a sudden it opens the door to so many things. Do you know if Ali was crying in his bed the night he was defeated by Fraser? I think he did. Maybe he did not, but it doesn't matter. My character does.
Yes.
You know.
Understood.
So once I created that, which is it's never been done before.
Okay.
Once I created that, then I was able to build all these emotions. You know. So of course, the speech of Ali is different from when it starts at his 13-year-old,
Yes.
and he gets his bicycle, 12-year-old, sorry, his bicycle gets robbed,
yeah.
you know, and he goes and says, I want to report to a police officer. They say, go to the basement, there is a police officer. He goes to the basement, and that police officer, Joe Martin, was taking care of a boxing gym.
Yeah.
And he said, well, if you want to put a whooping on someone, you better learn how to fight first. So here, come back. So this is how it started. And his relationship with Angelo Dundee, which I play in the play and also in the movie. So he kinds of break between these fourth wall broken, which means Ali talks to the audience, and then all of a sudden there's another character that happens, and then it becomes a play. Like Ali is not talking to the audience. You have this interaction, you know. And there was also the part with the army officer played by another actor, a very good actor, Cooper Musser,
Yes.
who is absolutely wonderful and who really embodied the army officer and that anger that the authorities, the system, let's call it, could have, without, of course, taking away anything from the bravery of the U.S. Army, you know, which is the United States of America, doesn't have any skin color, you know.
Yes.
But that was for me important, and of course Zach, who learning his lines, because he had like really a lot, because he was almost the whole time alone on stage. So it was really a beautiful experience, and he did wonderful work.
The runtime was approximately about 60 minutes, maybe a tad bit more.
Yeah, 60 minutes. Yeah,
that's a lot.
I never like to do too long. I like to go to the point. And for me, it's not a question of length. It's how many data do you give to the audience? You know, there are movies that last 3 hours.
Yes.
In 10 minutes, I can do it. Like what they're showing in 3 hours, I can show it in 10 minutes. Sometimes a whole paragraph, you can express it with just a look.
Yes.
To the eye. You know,
I agree.
If I'm like this to you, I don't need to express, you know, what you did is wrong. I'm really not happy. I'm really angry. You know, just the look can express it. So this is also what I want to do. So I act what we cannot say, and I say what we cannot act. You know, for example, you cannot act. The Supreme Court overturned their decision and gave back to Ali his license. You cannot act that, but you can act the enthusiasm of it. You don't have to say, "Oh, I was so happy that the court," you know. So you give the data and you act on it. That's a little bit my style, so that you combine things. You don't have acting lines. You have lines who are acted or acting accompanied with lines. That's really what I like to do, to mix things. So the audience is really transported to something. I had a wonderful director who told me, if you think 1 minute is not long, let me take your finger and close the door of a car. You will see how long is a minute. You know, or spend 3 minutes with Tyson on the ring. You know, you will see how long 3 minutes is.
I concur.
You're going to feel them. So it's not about an hour. And I felt in an hour I said what I wanted to say. And you have also you basically on the show you're taking the audience from point A to point Z.
Okay.
And a lot of directors, actors, writers, they just want to see where they go. You know, for me, it's then just write by point A, just write by point Z. What I want is to take the audience to B, C, D, E, F, you know. And how did I arrive to Z? From A, look at this path. And we are very well served with the life of Ali, who is full of what we call in writing turning points.
Yes.
You know, so it's not just he wakes up, he waits at home and nothing happens. There's a lot going on. So I really wanted to focus on that and stuff that he could talk about, you know, because to say, oh, I love to give food to my daughter to eat like this. You know, she loved the soup, and I love to make juice and potatoes. And that's not really interesting, you know.
Yeah.
So I really condensed to the things that would make sense, really, for him to say it. As I said, I am Ali. This is what I want to say to the audience.
Yes.
That is relevant to them, for them today. You know.
I'm clear on that. Very well stated. Thank you for expounding on that.
But it's a beautiful experience, and of course I didn't want to go into the fact that he was just an athlete. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to go into the fact that he was just an icon or a humanist, or I really wanted to show this incredible path, like where he started to where he went.
Yes.
Like this is why I said at some point, like it was in 2019 that the city of Louisville renamed the airport.
Yes.
The Mohammed Ali Airport. They said, not bad for a kid who conquered the world when there was no social media, just with his fist, because he didn't create the new iPhone, a new camera, or a new surgery, or something like that. That was just with his fist.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, we are all born with it.
Yeah.
So that really shows that we are all capable to do something with our hands.
Yeah, and achieve greatness.
In a good way.
Yes.
That can inspire,
Yeah.
Definitely.
Absolutely.